I'm Prophet Jonathan Bridges, and welcome to Building Bridges, where we not only desire to build people, but to build myself in the things of Yahweh, and to build bridges or connections to people all over the world. Well, my bricklayers people, I got a treat for you today. Guess what? I had my father here this weekend, and it is time for the first ever double impact. Are you listening to me? You finna get two for the price of one. Come on here, because I came out of his loins. I asked him to bless me with a word which he's about to get ready to lay down. And I hope that you enjoy it, because once again, never seen before ever on this planet Earth, a double impact. Come on here, father and son dynamic duo getting ready to do the thing. So sit back and enjoy the words coming from my mentor, Levi Bridges.
I stopped by to give thanks to the Lord. I stopped by to show how much love is in this world towards the Lord. In this message, I'm going to talk about what our brothers have been doing unconsciously, comparing themselves to other brothers. And I met a brother today when I stopped by, and he reminded me of how brothers are one uncle better, or the grass is greener on the other side. But they never give thanks to the Lord. They never boast about what the Lord has done for them. In 2 Corinthians 10, NIV 17, it reads, "But let the one who boasts, boast in the Lord. For it is not the one who commands himself who is approved, but the one whom the Lord commands." And I say this because brothers do it all the time unconsciously. They say, I got this, I got that, but they never say, I give thanks to the Lord for what I got and what I've received. And they try to compare themselves to another brother when they should be comparing themselves to the kingdom. In the kingdoms, you don't have to compare yourself. Whatever the Lord provides for you is for you and nobody else. That is my message for today. Don't compare yourself. Compare yourself in the kingdom of the Lord.
Shalom. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that word that my dad laid down. Come on here. I think that was very awesome. I know we've been in a series of Why You So Thirsty. We'll be taking a little bit of a break for this little bonus message that my pops laid down. And again, as I said, this is a double impact. And what he was talking about in his message was what my wife just summed up in one word: idolatry. That's basically one of the problems that we face as a people. Come on here, is idolatry. So it prompted me to go look this word up. We already understand what the connotative meaning of it, but I said we should get the denotative meaning of the word idolatry. And according to www.dictionary.com, idolatry is defined by the worship of idols. And it's also the extreme admiration, love, or reverence for something or someone. Listen to this definition. You really need to get this in. We ain't finna get super heavy in this either, but I want to drive home the point that he started with. Now, idol is actually a Greek word which means form and shape. This not in your notes over there, baby. It's a Greek word that we find out from the etymology of idol is form and shape. And according to what the Bible said to us, come on here, it said in the beginning in Genesis what? That Yahweh created us in his form and shape. So the question is, if he created us in his form and shape, why are we worshiping the creation and not the creator? Come on here, think about that for a second. One of the things that we're caught and we're often doing is that we're worshiping the creation, that which Yahweh created, come on, in his form and shape, and not the creator. So I had to jot down some examples because there's dozens and hundreds of examples of idols. But look at this. You have to ask yourself, is my money an idol? Is my education an idol? Come on here. Men, is that woman that you with your idol? Ladies, is that man that you with your idol? Let us all ask this question. Is the relationships that we're in our idol? Come on here. Think about these things. Are our parents our idols? Come on here. As I told you, my dad is my role model. He's not my idol. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Come on here. Are our kids our idols? Is power our idol? Is pleasure or the pleasures of this life itself an idol unto us? Come on here. I'm just giving you examples. Come on here. People that can't get past this problem here. Is food your idol? Come on here. That's a heavy one right there. Because if food is your idol, the only other thing, come on here, that you could be worshiping is gluttony. Are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm just giving you some things here. Now watch this. The last one, I had to write this in bold. After all of what I said, and again, there's hundreds of examples. Is yourself your idol? Is it all about you? Come on here. Are you worried about yourself? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Go with me real quick to Exodus 32, 8 through 9. And again, I'm not going to be with you long. This is just something I want to drive home, and I really want to see my people free. Come on here. I want my people to be free, to be free, to be free. Come on here. Are you listening to what I'm saying? That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. Y'all know I like throwing a little song up in there. I want my people to be free. Exodus 32, 8 through 9. Now listen to this. This is Yahweh speaking. And this happens to be after when Yahweh back in chapter 20 gave Moshe, whom we call Moses, the 10 commandments. So 32, 8 and 9, and it reads, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I have commanded them. This is Yahweh speaking. They have made a molten calf and have worshipped it and have sacrificed thereunto and said, these be thy gods, O Yisrael, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. I want to pause right there. I'm going to go to 9 real quick. So look at what the scripture is saying. And I'm not finna get real deep. You know, I like to give a little illustration. Sometimes I think picture words really lay down a heavy understanding of what it is that we're trying to say. According to the scriptures, what Yahweh said, he said that they turned aside quickly out of the way which I have commanded them. So Yahweh wants us to live on that straight and narrow path. Is that correct? Because the Bible says that the broad way is the way that leads to what? Destruction. So this is the line, and forgive me, you know, and can't nobody draw no perfect line. This is the line that Yahweh wants us to follow. Come on here. This is the path for our lives, and this is the purpose, come on here, for our lives. But according to the scriptures, what Yahweh is saying, he said, this is the way I wanted them to go, Moses. But he said that they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. So what happens is when we turn aside, we get off the path. Are you looking at that? Of what Yahweh said that he wanted us to do and what he commanded. We turn aside quickly, and we turn aside, we making a left face, right face, or whatever it is, but we're getting off the path. And what we do is, according to the scriptures and what Yahweh said, he said they have made molten calves and worshipped it. Come on here. And have sacrificed thereunto and said, these are the gods, O Yisrael, which have brought us out of Egypt. According to the 10 commandments, right before Yahweh starts out, he said, I am thy God who brought thee out of Egypt. And then he lays down to Moses, come on here, the 10 commandments. So when he said they turned aside quickly and started worshiping, come on here, and sacrificing thereunto, what they do is they create an alternate path, come on here. So on this path, come on here, we got money. On this path, we got education. Come on here. These are our gods. These are the things that brought us out of Egypt. Come on here. It wasn't God that did it for me. It's this money, come on here, that got me what I want. Come on here. It's this education that got me what I want. Are you listening to what I'm saying? This is that path, that alternate path. It was this woman that came into my life, come on here, and got me to where I need to be. This man, are you listening to what I'm saying? It's the relationships that I made, come on here, that have brought me up out of Egypt. Are you listening to what I'm saying? My parents, the power that I've gotten, the pleasure. Are you listening? This food, come on here. No, listen to what I said earlier. Self in all capitals letters. Come on here. Self. Come on here. As my wife said, I don't need nobody else. It has got us off the path of what Yahweh said. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So what we have done here, come on here, we have skewed off the path and created a new path. And on this path, it looks like we're moving forward. It looks like we're blessed. Come on here. So you got people all over the world that's stupid rich. Come on here. And will tell you in a minute, I do not believe in Yahweh. Or they'll say, I don't believe in God. There is no God. But it looks as if they're moving forward and they're progressing. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So what has happened and what we have done as a people is that we have divorced reality, come on here, and married ourselves, come on here, to fantasy. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So this is the path that we got on. Are you looking at what's happened here? It looks like we're moving forward and we're doing the things and we're on a parallel path to what Yahweh is doing. Without Yahweh, I'm still progressing. Without Yahweh, I got my big house. Without Yahweh, I got my nice cars. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Without Yahweh, I got all this money. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Me, me, me. But when you look at the 10 commandments, come on here, as I said, Yahweh said in the beginning, come on here, thou shalt have no other God before me. But before that, he said, I'm the one that brought them out of Egypt. Are you listening to what I'm saying? He said, I brought them out. And when you look at the 10 commandments, when you break it down, the first 3 are about Yahweh. It's about our relationship with Yahweh. You don't believe me? Let's look at them real quick. The 10 commandments. 1, you shall have no other gods before who? Me. 2, you shall not make idols. Are you listening to what I'm saying? 3, come on here. You shall not take the Lord your God in vain. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So look, the first 3, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, come on here, all wrapped up in that. So the next 7, come on here. I've been breaking numbers down for you. 7 represents completion. Yahweh is saying now that you got the beginning part, which I'm the head, the rest of it, come on here, talks about you dealing with everyday socializing and with the people in your life. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Come on here. This is powerful. Whew. So you've worshiped money. Come on here. Education, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your relationship, your parents, your kids, power. Are you listening to what I'm saying? You've sacrificed yourself for these things. Come on here. I've sacrificed all for him. I sacrificed all for her. Come on here. I've sacrificed all to get this money. I've laid out prostrate to get the things that I want. Come on here. I didn't need Yahweh to help me with that. This is what you're ultimately saying. So Yahweh had to continue on in verse 9, listening to this. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people. Come on here. We've seen them. Are you listening to what I'm saying? We've seen this people. Yahweh said, I've seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. This is what Yahweh said. You know what the posture and body language of a stiff-necked person is? Come on here, like my wife said, pride. Come on here, stiff-necked. Come on here, y'all see that? And when that neck is real stiff, come on here, you trembling like you see me doing now. Come on here, me, I did it. Me, I got the money. Me, I got the house. Yahweh didn't do nothing. Me, come on here, I got my kids here. Me, I got my parents there. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So you a stiff-necked people, and what stiff-necked, according to www.dictionary.com, see it in your footnotes, baby, it means inflexible. Come on here. It means unbending. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So Yahweh said, behold, I have seen this people, and behold, they are inflexible. Come on here. They are unbending. So when we have idols and we put things before Yahweh, of course, come on here, when Yahweh is trying to, come on here, I need to fit him in his part. Snap. Oh man, I done broke him. You know, so when you got you idolizing money, you idolizing your education, your kids, come on here, relationships, food, power, and all of that. It's no mystery why we break so easily when we lose these things. Come on here, think about that. We lose the money. Come on here, you got people out here committing suicide, killing themselves. Come on here, I'm finna go rob somebody so I can get back what I lost. Come on here, are you listening to what I'm saying? We lose that man, come on here, that boyfriend, that husband, come on here, he walks out of our lives and we snap. Come on here, are you listening to what I'm saying? Guys, come on here, that woman walks out of your life, you snap. And what happens with men a lot of time is that, you know, the old saying that men like to say, we get from under one and we go get up under another. So we continue this vicious cycle because we idolize that woman. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Come on here. When we lose the pleasures of this life, we snap. Yahweh is saying that I need a people that's like the bamboo stick. Come on here. It bends. Come on here. It sways, but it never snaps. This is what Yahweh is looking for in this time, is people who are flexible, come on, who are malleable, come on here, that Yahweh is saying, I need you to go right, come on here. But when you stiff-necked, it's hard to move in that direction. But Yahweh needs a people that he can, come on here, mold and shape and form, come on here, into his image and his likeness. And if we understand Yahweh, Yahweh is fluent. Come on here. He's everywhere. He's in everything. Come on here. If something is stiff, it can't get into every place. It can only get into certain places. So we've divorced reality and we've married fantasy. So I want to share a story with you real quick. And I told my wife I was going to give this to her in Why You So Thirsty. But I think right now my dad done charged me up to go ahead and drop it now. It's about the baboon and the bushman. And in this story, let me lay this down first. The baboon, come on here, which we know is from the monkey family. Come on here and forgive me, I'm no anthropologist. But the baboon, two things that the baboon is known for is one, that it loves salt. And two, they're good at finding water spots. They live close to places where there's water. There's always a water spot. The bushman is some people consider as a negative term, but it's talking about the African man who lives in the wild, and he spends his time foraging and scavenging for what it is that he needs. So one of the things that the bushman goes through is that sometimes he travels across terrain where it's hard to find water. Listen to me. So what the bushman does is he digs what's called a baboon trap. It's called a baboon salt trap. So what the bushman does, come on, I'm gonna get this together. He keeps bags of salt with him because it's easier than carrying pitchers of water. It's a lot lighter. So what he does is he digs into the earth, narrow, long, deep holes, and he drops the salt inside of them. And what happens is that the baboon, because he loves salt so much, he comes along and he digs his hand down into the hole to get the salt. The problem is, once he grabs hold of the salt, the way the trap was made, it was slender enough for him to get his hand down into it, but it's not wide enough once that fist is made to pull his hand back out. So the dilemma for the baboon is that he got one option and one option only. Let the salt go. Just let go. But because of his idolization, his idolizing of that salt, he won't let it go. And he struggles and he fights, to get out of the hole, but he won't let go. What is it that you're not letting go? So the bushman comes along and he grabs the baboon and he keeps it in a cage and he feeds it all the salt that he wants. What is this sounding like? The enemy's going to give us the money. He's going to give us the cars. He's going to give us the house. He going to give us that companion. He going to give us that power. He going to give us all the food that we want so that we can say, look, it's self. I got all this stuff. So the bushman keeps giving him this salt, And then after a few days, he releases the baboon from his cage. So watch this, baby. When he releases the baboon from his cage, he's thirsty from eating all that salt. So what's the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to run straight to some water. And this allows the bushman to follow him to his secret hideout where his water is. And now they both can drink. Ain't this heavy? So at one time in my life, I was the baboon. I wasn't the bushman. I was the baboon. And I held a Kungfu Grip on things. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So what Yahweh desires for us, is to let go. Let go of your idols. Let go of those things that have you bound, because as long as you hold on to them, you in the trap, of what's called life. You in the trap that the enemy has set for you. According to the scriptures, and I'm finna finish with this thought right here. According to the scriptures in Mathew 20, and I didn't put this in your notes because I just grabbed it this morning, baby. According to the scriptures, it said that they came to Yahshua, to find out which was the greatest in all commandments. But watch this. Before this, and let me read it a little bit. It says in Matthew 22, and I'm starting at 34, it says, watch this. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they gathered together. So now I want you to visualize this. The Pharisees heard that Yahshua he shut the Sadducees down. So now the Pharisees in a huddle. They in a huddle like, oh man, he done shut them down. Let's get together. So according to the scriptures, look at this. It says they were gathered together. Come on here. We need to get us a play together because this Yeshua, man, he about business. Everything he dropped is butter. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So according to the scripture, it said, then one of them arose from the pack. Come on here. According to the scriptures, it says, which was a lawyer. So what this means is that he had the ability to do, verbal gymkata. He had the ability to work words wonderfully. Are you listening to what I'm saying? He had the ability, to flatter you, with all of his astuteness. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And he asked him a question, testing him according to the scriptures and saying, Master, I think I got him with this one, y'all. Just hold on, baby. Just hold on. Because when I drop this, I'm finna shake up his foundation. He said, which is the great commandment in the law? And Yeshua said unto them, watch this, thou shalt love Yahweh thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. But he didn't stop there. He told him, just like I told you at the beginning of this message, I'm giving you a 2-for-1. He gave them a 2-for. Are you listening to what I'm saying? He said the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So when we break these scriptures down, this doesn't tell us to love the neighbor first. Through studying, you find out that it's actually he's saying love yourself. How do we love ourselves? It goes back to the first thing, love Yahweh. So look at here. Look at this. My daddy, he started this off. Yahweh, come on here. Bless you for my father, Levi. He started this off, and I'm finishing this demonstration off. When you love Yahweh with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, you'll put away the idols. Come on here. And you'll be able to travel on that first path, which is your purpose for your life. I hope this that has blessed you. I hope that you stayed all the way to the end and really gathered something from this. Let's not put money. Come on here. Let's go back to my examples. No, I'm driving this into the ground. Let's not put money, education, him, her, your relationship, parents, kids. Come on here. Power, pleasure, the pleasures of life, food, and do not put yourself before Yahweh, but love Yahweh with everything that's in you. And I promise you, you'll be on that direct path. Come on here, that eternal path, because his path is eternal. Come on here, nothing perishes. But that second line that I showed y'all, that self line, everything dies on this line. Stay with eternity. Hope that this has blessed you. Come on here, and we'll be getting back to our other message on next week. Shalom.